Achilles and the asshole. High school was even more cliquish, while I remained a drifter moving among different groups according to where my interests and curiosities carried me. I never could settle anywhere, as settling suggested comfort, and comfort suggested boredom, and it was when I was bored that old unthinkable thought crept upon me. So I kept moving, and I made friends in many groups, and busied myself with many activities. I connected with jocks in my years wrestling and my very brief stint playing football. Got in trouble with the skater crowds on more than one occasion. Worked as a bartender at several parties for the more affluent kids due to having a solid connection and hard spirits. Rocked out to the wee hours of the morning with smoking and joking with the metalheads. I had a little piece of land in most all the social groups, but never really committed to any. My suits and bubbles always had a way to help me get by and to feel like I could at least handle the world that felt chaotic. I was too young or mature to realize that there was a dark side to them. Taken merely as tools for getting things I wanted, they could lead me to do the selfish, self-destructive, or antisocial things. An asshole move in my freshman year led to an experience that caught my attention. I was taking Theater 1, which seemed like a good fit already since I thought of my life much as kind of a performance. And I felt I had a good feel for acting out roles. My teacher, however, did not feel the same way. She never liked my interpretations, or rather than encourage me, she seemed to care more about me getting in line with her program. Instead of finding a suit that would help me fit in and pass her class, I let pride get in its way and decided to go to war against my teacher. Apparently one of my suits should have been named Jaimito. The assignment was to perform a pantomime to a song of our choosing. I chose the song Achilles, Agony, and Ecstasy in 8 Parts by Manowar, one of my favorite bands. The name should tell you something already. It was over 28 glorious minutes of the Kings of Metal shredding the air around them. I had choreographed a pantomime that took the story's retelling of the fall of Troy and coupled it with a horrible incident from my youth. I had worked hard and I felt like it was a serious artistic engagement with my music and the past, but I also full well knew that it was a fantastically douchey thing to do. Unfortunately, I made the mistake of bragging about it to a cute blonde girl in class, and before I could astound my teacher and classmates, I was summoned to the principal's office, kicked out of Theater 1, and shipped abruptly off to JROTC. It turned out to be an excellent place for me to land. I needed some discipline to help me overcome some of my self-destructive impulses. It also helped make a better citizen to me in the sense that it helped me look at every social situation not as a puzzle or a game, and to start seeing myself as having a role and responsibility within. It was the beginning of my understanding of what a charge was, as entrusting someone with a task as a duty or a responsibility. The instructors let me know early on that they weren't going to put up with me playing around with them. When they entered the room, the first cadet to notice was supposed to call all of us to attention. One day early on, that was me. But instead of coming to attention, I simply locked eyes with the instructor as he marched straight across the room to me, got up in my face, and with a killer's cold calmness, had me scream, call everyone to attention. Then he made me do it again, louder, and again, and again. Crafting and wearing my cadet suit felt easier than many of my other suits. For a kid who fundamentally didn't feel at home in a world, there was comfort in belonging to the organization that pretty much told me where you fit and what you should do at any given time. Sure, another world was constraining mine, but it constrained everyone's in the same way, a logically purposeful way. And we all knew what we had to do and what to expect. JROTC didn't answer the deep questions I was asking, but it did become the inception of my internal structure that carried me through my adult life. That was the great gift my time as a cadet and later as a Marine would bestow on me. Our identity as cadets were defined not by individual attributes, but our role as a whole unit. Everyone had a job to do, and success depended on everyone performing it. It was like a real-life bubble where I could see the value of teamwork and the way community rises and falls together. The rest of my suits would have to grow to become more responsible citizens.